And by the way, getting along.
Going live. We're live. This is Scott and the Shot podcast. I'm here with my cat Shaggy. Sitting here, gonna do a shot this morning. I normally don't, but hell, I'm retired, so why not? And no, I'm not an alcoholic, people. So most of the drinking I do is when I come on my podcast here. All right. Well, I'm watching the Donald Trump speech behind me. He's saying all the right things. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have allowed this country to fail. One step forward, three steps back. You know what I mean? That's their policy. I mean, back to let's start all over. I guess with these people, I mean, we just need to get rid of them, people. I mean, look at what they've done to our border since they've been in office. I mean, what kind of sane person opens up the border to that many new people coming over? I mean, it messes with our whole economy. We're not prepared for that many people to come over in such a short period of time. That's why the legal immigration system is set up to where it's between 1 million and 2 a year, depending on how many people are applying for it. But I mean, that's the right number. The right number of that's in the area of the number you'd want for legal immigration in order for the country to be able to keep up on it. And we're still not keeping up on housing and all that kind of stuff from our own population. I mean, we got homeless people on the streets everywhere. So I mean, now we got 300 something. Well, they're not. Some of them are on the streets. A lot of them are in $300 a night plus rooms. That on the taxpayer dollar. I mean, if I need to go stay, if I want to go on vacation, the government's not going to pay for my rooms on vacation. That's like I said, this immigration thing's a big deal, people. All the crime, all the people that are suffering. I mean, not one person should have to suffer from anybody's family members being killed or raped or strong-armed. But especially, I mean, it's bad enough if an American citizen does that to an American citizen. But when we're just throwing our hands up just because we want to let a bunch of non-voters come over here, non-illegal aliens to vote. That's what it's for, people. It's about voting. The Democrats don't want to give up power. Wow, I never thought America would be so crazy. I mean, the peaceful transfer of power hasn't happened because of the Democrats. They act like Donald Trump on January 6th or whatever. Stop it. I mean, when Donald Trump became president, they transferred power, but was it peaceful? When they had 4 years of the Russia hoax, then after that, after they cheated on the election by stifling, free speech and all that, then they they win that election cheating, and now they're right back up to the same stuff again. I mean, they just don't want to relinquish power. I mean, they want full power. They don't want to vote on it no more. They want their way or the highway, and that's just not the way this country was set up. That's the way other countries are set up. That's why America became America. That's why our forefathers left these other countries to come over here and founded America. Now, I know the Indians were here first, but, the Indians are lucky that such a gracious race of people found this continent, because if it would have been the Russians, the Chinese, these Indians wouldn't have got nothing. They wouldn't have got nothing. I mean, all I'm saying is that's history. But the Indian people, I hope you realize that Donald Trump's your friend and America's your friend. And I hope you feel like you're part of America, because what happened to the Indian race. It's happened to everybody throughout time. Somebody finds somebody, they conquer it. But at least they got their casinos, they got land. They're government. Most of them govern. They have on their land. They govern themselves, and that's a good thing. That's a cool thing. Excuse me. Yeah, my wife's sleeping, so. Okay, that was immigration. So immigration is a big deal, people. Let's stop giving our country away, the land away. I mean, let's keep it for our own kids, the ones that you guys don't want, that the Democrats don't want to have birthed anymore. Like I said, let's stop aborting so many of our kids. That's the economy. The economy. I mean, who could vote for somebody who's done that to our economy? I mean, look what they done. And that Reduction Act they passed. Pete Buttigieg. I mean, he's such a dumbass. I mean, Pete Buttigieg. I know his name's Buttigieg, but he's an ugly little man. I mean, part of that Reduction Act was putting in these plug-in stations for electric cars. Only like 4 or 5 been built in 4 years. I mean, how hard is it to run some power to a piece of property and put a bunch of poles in, outlets in for cars to plug into? How hard is that? Where's all that money going to? I mean, like I said, our economy sucks right now, and they put us in recession for all this. They put us, all these taxes on us through recession. Recession is a tax. They're taxing us all, but nothing. The things they're saying that are supposed to be getting done with it. I don't see no bridges in California being redone. I don't see nothing getting redone that has to do with that Reduction Act. I mean, actual footage of a lot of stuff getting done when you allocate billions and billions of dollars towards something. It's just not getting done. So I mean, how long is that supposed to take? I mean, that's my question. But so the economy sucks. I mean, if you shop at like the Dollar General, the grocery outlet, the Dollar Tree, and try to you save on a lot there and to stay under the inflation. But you shouldn't have to do that. You should be able to shop where you want to shop. I mean, I shop where I want to shop, but I do try to buy things on sale now because not that I don't have the money. It's just, why would you want to pay? I mean, some of this stuff is just so outrageously priced now. It's just, wow. If I just out of spite, I'll go somewhere else and buy it. I mean, just out of spite, because some of this stuff is just crazy. Excuse me. All this stuff going on that the Democrats are allowing on these college campuses. They're not teaching our kids, people. The government, all the governments aren't. We need to figure out why our kids are stupid, why they're being born, why they're graduating high school with the 8th grade level of math and reading. How are they getting passed? I mean, I thought they're supposed to be held back until they figure it out. I mean, why? I mean, just giving them a diploma when they're going to be idiots anyway, might just kick them out. If a kid doesn't want to learn, then kick them out. I mean, and blame, and for you Democrats that want to blame, it's like these shootings that's going on, all these shootings that happen anymore in high schools. How is that? I hid my marijuana from my parents big time when I was growing up. They didn't know I was smoking weed all through high school until they did. So I messed up. But I mean, if a kid goes into school because he's crazy, sure, the parents should have known he's crazy, but law says he has to go to school. I mean, they're at work, he grabs a gun out of that parents' house, he goes and kills everybody. Now they're putting the parents in prison for that. I don't. If you're gonna go on that kind of philosophy, then your kid messing up at school, a parent should be going. If your kid doesn't show up for school on a regular basis, maybe you should put the parent in jail for a few days. I mean, self-responsibility, people, and that's why you got to raise your children more smart. You got to be smarter. You got to raise your children with a little common sense, a little, be there, discipline them, the best you can without getting put in jail for disciplining them. But I mean, but kids need, you need to pave the way for them because they're children. But anyway, that's all I got. I mean, raise your kids smarter, and let's get these kids, let's get them off their cell phones and let's get them educated, because one of the reasons why we're having a lot of these problems in this country is because kids are just stupid anymore. They have no common sense. They have no empathy. They have no desire to show respect, or even, honestly, a lot of them, if they even know what respect is when it comes to an elder, and I don't want my kids to be mad at me, but it's like when I go to my kids' house and they know I'm coming over, they know my wife's coming over, and you get there and it's a pigsty. I mean, a kid should know that when your parents are going to stop by, or if anybody comes over, the common sense says you should make your house look like you care, like you're living a clean life, like you give a shit. But especially if you know your parents come over, show some respect, clean your shit up. I mean, that's all I'm trying to say, is that you need to show these kids, a little bit more, treat them more like an adult, if that's what they want. I mean, for real, like an adult. I mean, don't be afraid to smack your kid for talking back to you. I mean, I'm telling you right now, sooner or later that shit's going to stop holding up in court, because kids have the right to do what the fuck they're told by their parents. That's what they have the right to do. That's the rights I had growing up. I had the right to shut the fuck up or get smacked. I mean, and my parents were not abusive. But when you don't listen, when you do not listen, I mean, then what else do you do? My mom, when me and my brother got to a certain age where we didn't listen no more, she gave that discipline up to my stepfather. 6'4", he's a man. He whipped our ass one time. That's me and my brother complied like instantly. It was like, cool, Dad, we're good. I mean, my dad's like, I'm gonna tell you one time. I'm tired of listening to your mother yelling at you kids all day long, like I've been doing for years. I'm gonna tell you one time, do something. After that one time, there will be a smack. I mean, I don't want to do it, but listen to what we're telling you in this house. When you're out, you live here in our home, you show respect. Man, no, everybody acts like these kids are so fragile. They're so fucking fragile. They can't get smacked around a little bit when they're being disrespectful. No, I don't play that. Kids, my kid grabbed. I was wearing a hat one time when I was a lot younger. My kid grabbed my hat, pulled my hair down, broke my neck, turned around, went bam. Boy, don't you do that kind of stupid shit. I'm driving down the road. I mean, but legally, he could in today's world, he could have called the police after he almost got me in a wreck. After he pulled on my I used to have long hair on my hair. I mean, I'm just saying, people, we need to don't walk on eggshells so much with your kids. Of course, don't be abusive, but sometimes a kid needs to be smacked. I mean, that's all I got to say about that. If that's all you understand, that sometimes that's all they understand until they understand that hurts and they'll stop. Some kids don't stop, so I mean, then you have to take different routes because you can't be. I don't believe in child abuse, but I mean, we're living in a society anymore where you can't discipline your kids at all. They don't even want you raising your kid. They don't even want you having. I mean, you can't give them a Tylenol, but you can give them a damn hormone shot behind their back. Oh my Lord! Don't even get me started on this transgender thing. I mean, because it's just so wrong. But the Afghanistan, debacle. I mean, Kamala Harris she shouldn't be president because of that too. I mean, you can't. 20 years we were in Afghanistan, people. 20 plus years, and we get out of there running with our tails between our legs, walking. Whatever you think how it happened, we walked away hastily, and left billions of dollars of high tech equipment there that they said they'd never be able to figure out. They took components away, that certain components that it takes to run that piece of machinery. Well, I just saw a parade of them a couple weeks ago, parade of all of our equipment rolling down the road. So they got that shit figured out. So I mean, and they knew they were going to figure it out. It's not rocket science, people. Everything that's going on is done on purpose. So I feel weird up here trying to explain to people that should already know. Everything that happens in our government is not nothing's an accident, people. These are smart people we're talking about. The people that are behind the scenes pulling the strings, these are smart people. It's not a mistake what they're doing. It's actually a conscious decision and a choice they're making to throw upon us because they want it to go a certain way, our country to move a certain direction, or the world. From what I'm seeing, they want the world to move a certain direction. Well, I've said it before. Pull me a shot. I don't care about the rest of the world. The only thing I care about the rest of the world is if they're going to attack us. Every country, I mean, I want everybody to travel. If you make money, travel to the rest of the world, see the rest of the world, see it, have a good time. That's culture's cool. Different cultures is the coolest thing in the world. But I don't want it brought here. I want our culture to stay the same. I mean, so that's what I got to say about that. I mean, I love cultures. I mean, but I'm losing my track of thought right now. Every time I start drinking, I mean, that's why I only drink on my podcast. I don't drink a lot. Mainly my wife's at work. Yeah, my wife was retired too. She went back to work, got tired of being retired, so I'm stuck here by myself for the most part. And it kind of sucks. I mean, me and my wife are best friends. I love her. Yeah, people, you need to find yourself a spouse, you young generation. You need to find yourself a girl. Girl, you can find yourself a boy, a real girl. I mean, and you need to be best friends, and you need to be, lovers. I mean, as you get older, the lover part will end, and but it's a different type of love that you earned over the years. I mean, being together with the kids and all that, and it's the best friend that anybody that you ever thought you could have, and it's love that you thought you could never have. And if you believe in God, it's a good feeling that you thought that it's untouchable by money, by anything. I mean, everybody acts like money is everything. It's not everything. Money will never buy you happiness. People with money have problems. Look at P. Diddy, dumbass. I mean, all the legal prostitution going on in the world, and he's got to sit there and go and do what he's been doing, like Epstein, like Weinstein. I mean, all these freaks. I mean, leave your freaky shit behind your fucking door at your house. Everybody's a freak. Leave it behind in the closet, people. I mean, when I was younger and I used to get freaky, I didn't want nobody to know. That's a personal thing. I don't want to spread. I mean, when I was younger, I don't want to spread it into anybody else's life. I mean, no. I mean, everybody's their own weird into their own weird shit, and that's cool. Just keep it to yourself. That's all I've ever said about it. Just keep shit. That's why I'm going off on this podcast now, people. Everything's in the limelight anymore, and nowadays, and I don't get it. I don't like it. Nobody's private no more. Nobody's got shows respect. Nobody has class. Nobody has any kind of cool demeanor. They're all just stupid dumbasses. Everybody's fucking crazy. I mean, and this transgender thing. I mean, I don't even know what to say about it. I'm 100% against it. I think it's wrong. I think these people are messed up. I think they're mental. I think just like that video I showed you about that girl saying that her boyfriend's a cat and she owns him. And then when they get pulled over, I mean, I'm a cat. I don't have to have my life. I mean, I showed you the video on one of my podcasts. I don't want to find it right now, but watch one of my prior podcasts. You'll see what I'm talking about. I mean, it's just crazy stuff, people. You can't. I mean, people have always been crazy, but people didn't used to. Back in the day, people didn't sit there and pander to it and actually take it. They just took it as they're little nuts, Now they're actually bending to it. Transgenderism. What does that even mean? That means mutilate your body to become something you can never be. Telling you people, if you don't understand, a boy can never be a girl, and a girl can never be a boy. Then I don't know what to tell you. If I got to sit there and explain to you what's so wrong about a guy transitioning into a woman and being in women's sports, I mean, when a woman fought tooth and nail to get to that level of accomplishment in whatever sport she's in, and you take it away from her because you're a man. You're a man. Come on, man. I mean, it's so obvious. I mean, this transgender thing is just so wrong. I mean, when are people going to call weird? Not everything's cool, people. Like the line of normality. We have to figure out where that line is again and stay and kind of stay close to it. But you got to be able to call out abnormal behavior and normal behavior when you see it. I mean, there is a thing as abnormal behavior. I mean, it's a fact. But the Democrats want us all they want all that line obscured so everything's normal. Well, not everything is normal. It's not. That's why this country's so divided. And I don't think this country's ever going to be undivided again. Not for a while. I think the Democrats, what they've done, the damage they've done is deep. I think that the damage they caused this country is it's got a little longevity to it. Maybe forever. I hope not. I mean, but not everything's kumbaya in the world, people. Not because of you. Look around. There's 200 something countries in the world. Countries that have been the way they are forever, and they don't really care about our way of life. I mean, and if they do, and they want to come here, then show us that you care and that our government cares, and make them do it the right way. Come here legally, take your classes, speak English, know our laws, our history, and then when you take that pledge, become an American citizen, you actually feel like an American when you become an American. When you do that, you'll actually feel like an American because you will be an American. You get what I'm saying? I mean, we have the greatest immigration system in the world. We let people come here. They have to take classes. It costs money, so that means you have to work. That's all they're saying. When it costs money because they want to see you work. We don't want a bunch of people coming over here with 20 kids living on welfare because we have this crazy welfare system that we have here that promotes laziness. I mean, that's what it is, people. So I mean, that's what's good about our immigration system. People come here, they learn our laws, our history, and then they become a citizen. And then if they feel like a citizen, after 5 years of learning our language, learning our laws, our history, our traditions, and that's the beautiful thing about it. That's why it's set up that way. It was never set up to just let people just walk over and just not speak English. They had to hire teachers that can speak to all these kids. I mean, are you serious? It was never meant to be that way. You got to know a little bit of English before you come here, people. We can't be. I mean, our school system right now is being hammered with all this illegal immigration, with all these kids. Well, the ones that can't find 325,000 kids. You know why? Because they're going back and forth. Acting like they're paid to be the kid for this people. The kid. I mean, there's trafficking. It's called human trafficking, whether it's sexual, political, drug related. It's trafficking. There's all kinds of trafficking, people. I mean, lots of trafficking being going on. Like I said, it's sexual, it's political, it's drug related, it's gang related. It's all kinds of trafficking going on. You know, it's things that we shouldn't be allowing in this country. We should shut that border down. Go over and fucking put a big old dick in the car, all those cartels' ass. I mean, excuse my language. I mean, I'm telling you, we can handle these cartels in a day. And Mexico don't have to like it. What's Mexico going to do? Mexico, I mean, they've been on our border. They've been our neighbors for for forever. I mean, for 200 something years since America started. And yet there's still a problem because they're a third world country right on our border. Isn't that weird? America keeps growing and growing and growing and getting better since the beginning of its existence. And Mexico just stays in the same area. They just stay the same. Stupid, ignorant, and jumping over our border. 200 years now they've been doing that shit. I mean, but I like the Mexican people, but I'm just saying that's what we're dealing with here, people. Even on our own border, we have ignorance, and and they live right next to us. We have third world countries all around us, so it makes you wonder why we're trying to appease these people. I mean, we're trying to appease these countries that their citizens will never be like us. I mean, we're so close to Mexico; it's on our border. They should be just like America with the same kind of economy, with the same kind of stuff going on, but they don't. It's ran by cartels. It's ran with an illegal system of government, obviously, just like almost all South America. But yeah, we worry about it. I mean, stop it. Stop it. It's not rocket science, people. Everything's going on for a fucking reason. It's all fucked up for a reason. And I just like to know what that reason is. What's our government's end game? You know what I'm saying? What's the end game for our government? I don't know. They won't tell us. Except for fucking high crime, illegal immigration, you know, high costs. I honestly think they're trying to turn us into a communist country, people. That's why they don't promote work. They promote laziness. They promote welfare. They promote illegals coming here and paying for them to get on, you know, to stay in rooms, things that we can't get. I mean, I don't understand it. I don't know why you don't. I mean, can you understand it? Can somebody try to get a hold of me on my podcast and tell me what's really going on here? I mean, I know what's going on. It's called corruption at a level. You know, the corruption's always been there, people. It's just been hidden better before. Now they're not hiding it like they used to, so it's right in their face. And they finally realize that nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. No, nothing's going to happen, so why even try to hide it anymore? You know, it's like Joe Biden getting struck down with everything he tries to do for to get reelected. Him and Kamala with all this free money they're giving out. You can have this, you can have that, you can have this, and it's all unconstitutional. It'll never happen, and the Supreme Court will knock it all down. But that's how they do it. They want to buy your votes. You know, that's what the Democratic Party is about, buying votes. They can't do it on policy because they don't want those policies. The policies that I'm advocating for, that Donald Trump's advocating for, are not policies that it's a secret. They just don't want them. They love the direction we're going in. I mean, what has been so good about this country over the last 4 years that they can embrace it so strong heart, you're just embracing it, hugging it like like they haven't seen it, like it's your kid that got lost for 4 years. They're hugging this economy like it's the best economy they've ever seen. That's weird. To me, that is just really weird, people, because I'm 58 years old. I've never seen nothing like it. And half this country they're just biting on that line, man. They're hook, line, and sinker, man. I mean, all these actors and every time I come on here, I'm going to say, hey, Robert De Niro, Whoopi Goldberg, George Clooney, fucking all you actors that open your big mouth, Ben Stiller, you're just a little diamond, a little pussy. I mean, all you eat a dick. Mark Cuban, eat my dick. Eat everybody's dick. Eat $4 billion worth of dick, you asshole. I mean, everybody's a fucking weird, stupid, crazy crap anymore. And it's hard for me to sit there and fucking watch it anymore without coming on here and talking about it. It's just, I have to say something, whether you're watching or not. I'm up here talking because it's releasing energy in my home. I'm keeping it behind my door right there, so I don't go outside and act like a stupid fuck like a lot of people do. I'm getting it out of me because I was getting real close to wanting to go outside and go, you fucking morons. I mean, everybody's crazy. So, I mean, think about what we're voting for here on this election, people. We're just going back to normal. That's what this election is about. We're just trying to go back to normal stuff. I mean, all this weird stuff, giving our money away to all these countries, letting all these immigrants in, changing sexes that can't be changed, talking to our kids behind our back, putting them, they're pitting our kids against us. I mean, kids going to school and being raised how to be Palestinian, fucking Hamas loving terrorists. I mean, in college, it's probably done in high school too. Probably junior high. I don't know. I'm not there no more. But that's what I'm saying. This election. I hope you Democrats see it, and Republicans and Independents. It's an election on normality. Let's get back to the norms, man. Let's get back to protecting our borders. Let's get back to low inflation. Let's get back to stop trying to pander to every little special interest so they get free money. So costs go up. They're spending money we don't have. Welfare, there has to be limits on welfare. People need to go to work. And if you don't want a job working at McDonald's, if you don't want a job shoveling shit, then realize it, or if you don't realize it's not my fault, it's not my fault, you don't realize it. Your parents need to raise you in a manner that shows you that you need a job that's going to pay better money. So if you want a job that pays better money, you have to either be have to use some common sense. Common sense is all you need to get through this world, people. Or go to school and learn something that's higher education. A doctor, a nurse, and stuff like that. But everything is common sense. If you don't have any common sense, if you don't have any kind of work ethic, if you don't know that you're supposed to work, then you're never gonna live the American dream. When I was younger, I never see if I worked at a place long enough until somebody offered me more money. I'm always putting in applications in. I'm bopping around to the best paying job. That's what work's about. You don't stay at the same job. You don't get a job at McDonald's and 5 years down the road, you want them to pay you $50 an hour because then you're gonna make a lifetime job out of a high school job. If a job scares you, but pay is good, put the application anyway. They'll train you on. You might get lucky. They'll train you how to do the job. Training people on the job is how most people learn. On the job training is called. It's not rocket science, people. So people need to better themselves. It's not up for us. It's not up for me or anybody else to determine your life and your outlook. Your whatever happens in your life is on you. It's not on your parents. It's not on your friends. It's not on TV. It's not on Donald Trump. Whatever happens in your life is basically upon that person. Even if you have bad parents, have some common sense and go through it. Not everybody has the best parents. I got along with my parents, and some days I didn't. It is what it is. But it doesn't scar my head. It doesn't make me not want to work hard. It doesn't make me become a thief or a drug addict that steals for every little thing they have, living on the streets. That's what I'm talking about. We need to wake up a little bit, people. A lot for some people, a little bit for some other people. But life is real simple, people. It's about hard work and common sense. Hard work and common sense and knowing where the line of normality and abnormal is. Everybody has that. And when it comes to sexual shit, everybody's a freak. Keep it in your get a room. Keep it behind closed doors, people. Stop having everybody wanting to vote for it. Be a special interest. I don't want to hear about your freaky shit. I don't want you to hear about my freaky shit. I don't want nobody. Keep it to yourself. That's the only difference between now and the past. Is people back in the day used to have a little class, a little common sense. And that's what we're missing here. It's called class and common sense. If you have that, chances are, if you work hard, you're going to go somewhere in life. Might not be as good as this guy, but it all depends on how hard you try, how hard you work, and not getting weird. I'm not getting weird. I think people get weird because they're blaming everybody else for their shit. It's nobody else's responsibility to figure out life except yourself. Your parents are supposed to help you out a little bit, obviously. But past that, you're either smart or you're stupid. And that's, a lot of that is action. Stupid is and stupid does. All right, people. This is Scott in a shot. I'm out of here. Have a great day and vote Republican.